a 20 out of 20. It's been a super exciting journey so far. Little little bit of a hectic and busy Sunday, but all good things, of course. Currently filming at 11:15 at night, not our regularly scheduled 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, but just keeping up with the consistency. Um, have have a pretty interesting topic that I wanted to talk about. Well, it's not really interesting. I'd say it's more vital than anything, and it's great to know within the world of real estate, especially commercial real estate. It is what is an LOI, a letter of intent. It is something that effectively, if you're buying a property, it's a written offer that you place in front of a seller, or you send it to the broker that's representing you that will be placed in front of the seller. It makes you more official, right? Because you took the time to sit down and to write an LOI than just submitting an email with a purchase price and maybe some terms. Um, it can vary. I've seen LOIs that are a few pages long to even up to 20 pages, which is very extensive from my perspective. But wanted to give you the components of an LOI. So if you intend to submit one, which I highly suggest, especially if you are serious, number one, about purchasing a property. And number two, it just makes you stand out a lot more than other people who submit offers, because you actually took the time to write down all of your terms that you want. So, number one, what is the purpose of the letter? Basically, this is just a short paragraph. Hey, my name is Brandon G LLC, and I intend to purchase 123 Main Street LLC, something like that. If you need a bit more of a description, obviously, you could do a quick Google search of what a LOI summary looks like. Number two, who are the parties involved? Number one, are you buying it in your name, which I highly suggest not to do, especially if it's an investment property, for liability issues, especially if you get sued, God forbid, by your tenants. Typically, it would be, once again, Brandon G LLC, and it would also include the name of the seller as well. Number three is a description of the asset. So it could be the address of the property that you are purchasing, the square footage, the purchase price. So those are some of the things that you can include in the description of the assets. The fourth thing is your due diligence period. You could say, I want a 30-day due diligence with a 15-day close. Maybe you need a longer time to find financing, especially in this market when, it's really hard to find financing that is favorable. Maybe you need a 30-day due diligence with a 60-day close. Maybe you only need a 15-day due diligence, which is not really too common. It could be a 15-day due diligence with a 30-day close. Maybe you need more time to raise some equity. So it could be, 30-day due diligence with a 45-day close. It really all depends on your needs and the needs of the seller. Would also include the purchase price and your financing and terms. Will it be purchased through traditional bank financing? Will it be seller financing? And then, if it's seller financing, you'll have to include those sorts of terms. Are you keeping the seller in the GP, the general partnership? That is a very creative way, which that's a whole another sort of live stream about, seller financing and keeping the seller in the GP to get a more favorable purchase price. But, could it be you could do something like, I'm just trying to think about something on the spot right now. Um, you could do, yeah, you could do a 30-year amortization with a 10-year balloon. And then the seller gets to have maybe 5% of the GP. So they get to see some upside eventually when you sell the property. It could be, a 25-year amortization with a 3-year balloon, meaning that you are making payments, monthly payments, reflective if the loan was amortized over 25 years, and then at the end of year 3, you pay back the remaining balance of that loan. So that's, yeah, that could be a whole another video as well, but that's another thing that you can include, is the financing and, um, the terms as well. And then lastly is your signature um, on the LOI. There are a few more things that you can likely include. Those are just some of the main things that that just sort of come to mind immediately that you can include in your LOI or your letter of intent. Once again, this is just from my perspective. I did not include everything, just some high level things that came to mind immediately. If you'd like more information about how to structure a proper LOI, reach out to me. You can also do a quick Google search. So I hope you found this helpful. Once again, if you have any questions about the world of real estate funds, or real estate syndications, please reach out. If you have those questions, chances are numerous other people will also have those questions. Really, really appreciate all of the